Alright, so I'm going to talk about stance. So I'm going to keep the broad points so that if you've got a short attention span or you're on TikTok and you can't see my legs, then you can just. Right, so when it comes to stance, you want to stand something. The top three things I would say is something that is comfortable, something that is solid, and by that I mean stable. When you're throwing, you're not going, and overbalancing. And leading in from both of those, something you can do for like a long period of time, right? I don't mean like just stand there. I mean something that if you were to do for a three-hour practice session, if you were practicing with somebody, you wouldn't start to be like, oh man, oh my knee or my hip or whatever. It needs to be something that's sustainable, which is the third point. For more information, if you're on TikTok, click on over to the YouTube video and we'll see you there. Right, so it does come down to those three things. On that last point of sustainability, that's also part of the repeatability. So it needs to be something that's repeatable. So you walk in and you can just find it. You're not going, my foot go? Oh, it's because that's at the wrong angle. It should just be natural. So for me, I just point like that, walk in, whatever angle that hits at is correct because that's how my arm wants to go. If my arm wanted to go more in line, that angle would come round, right? And so from side on, it should be like that. There should basically be a line down from my head to my toe, or to my foot rather. Yeah? And that's something you see with a lot of professional players. The way they stand will be over that front foot, and they will just, that's terrible that. Just be able to have that balance so that there's minimal movement possible. Obviously some exceptions. Dave Chisnall, he goes mental after the last start, but it's after the last start, right? His release has already happened. It's clean. He's a big 180 hitter. He's like number 6 all-time prize winnings and he's never won a major or something, which is ridiculous. But it should be minimal movement. Right, so as you can see with those two visits, I got in, I settled myself, I went back and went forward. And you can see, if I were to throw that, there's a little bit of movement, obviously, because there is always going to be some movement, but it's minimal, right? So the mistakes that I see people make are stuff like this. I hit a ton with it, but going like that, reaching the head, moving it like that. The way that I come at that is when I come in, I just stand up as straight as I can. That way, if my head did go, it's really easy to find where I was. If my head was like that, I just go, am I stood up straight? No. That's where I should be then. And it's sort of solving that problem of, is my posture always the same? Yes, because I'm walking and I'm standing up straight and then I'm going for it. Yikes for that third dart. Alright. It comes in with alignment as well, where I'm standing on the oche, whatever my stance is, am I aligned? The answer is, stand on my mark. I can see by my sight right. If you don't have sight right, they're like 25, 26 quid. I kind of recommend getting one, but you don't have to, obviously. But that one came at me hand wrong. So did that. Cold hands. Eaton's not on yet, I don't think. Comes on at 8. But minimal movement, standing up nice and straight so my head's not going, and if it does, I can just go, right, just stand up straight again, and that's where my head should be. The next mistake, leaning. I see people doing this. If their first start goes low, not really a great example, but say the first start goes low, they'll start feeling like they need to reach Therefore, they'll move closer to the board, like that. Right, so throughout their throw, they'll start leading, so they'll go like this. And that often comes with what just happened there, which is walking on the third dart, which is probably the third mistake I'm going to go over here. There's an easy fix for that, which is act like you have a fourth dart. Like that. I kind of started moving after, but like, if you were walking on the third dart, it would look like this. Over exaggeration, obviously that would be an illegal dart because my riff it was over the oki, so that wouldn't count. Easy fix, grab another dart. This is Steve Beaton Legacy Edition, very good dart. Whack that in your hand and just pretend you're going to throw 4 darts. Right? And if you do that for a couple of hours or whenever you start doing it, I pick up a dart every now and then just to refresh it. Then you'll stop walking. But literally, once you've done that for a few hours or whatever, I'll normally fix the issue. And you'll be able to go back to hitting straight tons and stuff without having that last dart going in low at a weird angle or whatever's happening to it, and just being inconsistent because you're throwing it from here, you're throwing it from there, you're throwing it from there, and those are the 3 mistakes. So I'm going to quickly summarise what we've done over here. What we've just done over there is walk in, find the stance, really nice and simple, very good, well balanced, stand in a way that is repeatable. And then throw. That's just a bit unlucky with the deflection there. But as you can see, because of all the things that we're doing to prevent movement in the stance, we're able to actually adjust. That needs to come down. That needs to come down. How they both hit that fly. Went in at the same angle, but we'll take it. And that's it. In, standing up. We're able to adjust off that first start because of the lack of movement and hopefully get some better groupings and better scores. And when we do have those visits that are going to stray into the 5 or the 1 because of the lack of movement, we can just put them right instead of just really over adjusting and making all these mistakes. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions on stance, probably best to get in touch with me via TikTok, because then I can respond to you with a video that goes over whatever you're struggling with. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.